Legends, my name is Zeus here to brighten up your day with a speed build. And I've never ever done one of these, so I thought I would try the solid color build challenge on live stream. All right, so my face is there at the moment, but that will disappear eventually. I just didn't think to record this at the initial stage. But yeah, so my idea for this build was orange. I mean, orange is a great color, right? So I decided to do something a little bit different compared to everyone else. And I was actually making some sort of picture with it as well. So the idea, and we say goodbye to good old Critic Zeus's face cam. So my idea here was that it was really stupid. Well, welcome to my channel. That I wanted to create a orange on a tree. Now, you'll see how it turns out, and you can let me know whether or not you believe it looks like an orange on a tree. But yeah, so the base is kind of like the water where it gets all of its nutrients, which I'm making now. That is our sim that we created, who is also all orange. If you do actually want to watch that, you can head over to Twitch, and there is a VOD. But yeah, so this is the vine that's coming up, and then I decided to put some lovely little leaves on top, as you can see here. And then we get... I'm pretty sure that at some point, as you can see, that we go through a couple of colors, right? So I start off with it's sort of a nice basic orange. You know, it looks kind of natural that it's going to be that way. Got a good front entrance that's right on the side of the vine. We've got, I can't remember, I think we named I can't remember the name of the sim that we made. But I got to tell you, trying to make is it a hexagonal? Or it's a hexagonal thing, isn't it? Uh-oh, I don't know my geometry. But yeah, but seriously, putting these together was the hardest part of the whole build. They just didn't want to line up. So, Sims, if you're watching this, which I know you watch all of my stuff, why does it not line up easily? Or am I just doing everything wrong as per usual? But as you legends might know, I go a little bit eccentric at points. Now, I have created two little lovely, I think that was like a cat and a dog. This is using the Cats and Dogs pack, which is fantastic. But then I found the Spa Day Orange. Now, this is where my quirkiness comes out. I absolutely love this orange. I mean, some of you might not, but, you know, it's all about me, right? It's a little stupid. It's a little fun. That's what we're all about here. It's also going to stand out as an orange, right? You know, you're looking at the houses from above in your drone, because everyone has drones now. And then you spot mine, and it's beautiful. But yeah, so everything has to be, well, 90% orange in this, I think. I can't really remember the rules, but I was just picking and choosing whatever I could, making sure all of these lights were super small so you couldn't really see them. I chose some items that I would really want in my own house. So, like, I love a piano. I know a lot of people in the live stream were kind of annoyed at me that I wanted a piano because it's not orange. This would have been way easier in The Sims 3. You could just make it whatever color you wanted, and you could do it. Would have looked beautiful. But unfortunately, we're limited in this I guess version of The Sims. So I've also broken the house into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 major parts. So we've got the entrance hall. We're gonna have a living room, a bedroom, just as a one bedroom, and a kitchen and a bathroom, big bathroom, because you know. No, everyone loves a big bathroom, right? You don't want to be crammed in there. So that's what I've done there. So we're just like sort of dividing them into their own sections and deciding what's going to go where. As you will see, I struggle a little bit with choosing everything. I got told a lot. I was assisted on my live stream on what should go where, because, you know, placing things is not really my forte. Let alone building. I'm really excited to hear all the feedback on what you legends think of this particular build. I originally had thought that the place that was, the room to the left there, was going to be the kitchen, but you can see that later on we actually move it down to the other side of the house, which was my mistake. I think at some point you see me just remove that, but here was probably one of the hardest parts to decide on what I wanted for a bed. There aren't a lot of options for beds in orange. It's pretty stupid, pretty silly. But I was like trying to decide whether or not I wanted two, like, you know, children's beds. But then I've got an adult sim, and she wasn't going to fit there. So a lot of umming and ahhing on the bed. Eventually, we'll come to a decision on that one. But that was another very, very tough part about the build, figuring out where each component could be and all that sort of stuff, such as trying to find a bed. Sims, you should make more orange stuff. I don't know why I chose orange either. It's just, you know, you do what you do. I think this bathroom actually turned out quite well. I wouldn't actually mind this as my own bathroom. I love baths. It's like just one of my traits, if you could say. I would definitely have one in. I would love a huge one, like a huge bathroom like this. But you know, can't pick and choose in apartment living, can you? But that's why we've got the Sims. I love the fact that you can scale down and scale up the carpets, because nothing was fitting on my toilet. Nothing at all. So now we're choosing some stuff for the bedroom. We come back a lot to the bedroom. I was probably the most indecisive about it. A lot of people wanted me to, in the live stream, a lot of people wanted me to choose these sunset doors, but I had a little bit of a problem because it's white. It's like completely white in the back. But now we're moving on to the kitchen. Now, the kitchen was the coup de grace. I love cooking, if you don't know a lot about me. So I would, you know, I'm making this how I would like my kitchen, I guess, which you saw me put up paintings before. That was a little bit of inspiration. That was a lovely, just some random chef. Let's just call him Jacques, okay? And then obviously you've got your oranges on the wall to remind yourself about, you know, that where you came from, where this build was coming from. A giant orange. But yeah, so again, struggling with the orange. As you can see, we could only choose I think it was out of the spooky pack. And then I kind of got lectured on the whole cabinetry, because again, you know, I'm a little bit of a novice here. I'm not going to lie. I found out that you could choose different sizes. Didn't know about that. Really not my fault. I just haven't, you know, dabbled in this realm of The Sims in ever. So yeah, that was an interesting time. So next up, I think we're just like figuring out whether or not, I think we're filling up more of the kitchen area with lights and just making sure everything looks beautiful and nice and shiny with that Spa Day beautiful orange. And it moves as well. Like you know, you can't go wrong with that orange. Can't go wrong at all. As you can see, I'm a little bit umming and ahhing here, where what can go where. One of the things that I struggle with the most in building is deciding what can go into a room. Because people seem to, when I watch, you know, well, I don't necessarily watch any builds. I've never seen one. I see the end result a lot. And James and Deli have these magnificent builds that just, everything's in its rightful place. You know, it may look like there are a lot of items in there, but they're all in their right spot. But as you can see here, I'm trying to even place some chairs to make sure that, you know, they can view the TV okay. But, you know, I'm trying to add plants. I don't know you know what? I would be terrible as an interior decorator. But you know what? This is my first build, so I thought it would be fun to try and show it to you legends and see how it all goes. Could be a mistake. You could all be like, Zeus, never do this again. But anyway, as you can see, we're trying to do some more paintings. I wanted some more aesthetic. Like, I didn't want just everything to be that orange. I kind of wanted some extra stuff in here. It kind of looks a little bland at the moment. It just looks plain orange. That's why I've added a little bit of a music room. I think then we choose to actually add a dance floor at some point, which is, I mean, look how beautiful that is, the checkers. But again, like, you'll see that look at that bed. Seriously. That's what I went with, that ginormous bed. I get lost in The Sims. And so we're just adding some extra stuff in at the moment, just outside. I think there's another thing that we'll add there eventually. As subscriber incentives, they could choose what an orange item that would be placed into the world, into the build. So thank you very much, whoever subscribed and actually decided to put a giant basketball in the garden. So that was a fantastic idea there. I had no idea what to do here. Little to no idea. I wanted to put bookcases. They weren't a good orange of bookcases. The lighting wasn't right. It was struggle street central. Really, really was. The piano was probably the only thing I really wanted in there in the kitchen. The bed I didn't really care about, but yeah. Then I wanted, obviously, a bar. You got to have a bar in a house, especially if it's this big and a giant orange. You've got to have a bar because otherwise people, especially if the walls are moving too, you got to get a little bit tipsy from, your juice and enjoy it even more than if you were to be sober. So as you can see, this is what it looks like from the outside. I realized at the end, I don't actually have screenshots, which I know that James and Deli do a lot. But you can actually download this from the gallery. And if you have any idea of what you want to do in terms of furnishing it, I know actually there have already been a few people who've actually furnished this and it looks way better than my original one. Feel free to. I love seeing what you guys do with the place. I might even do a build in the future where I might even check it out and see what you guys did last time and have a look at it and see how much better you did compared to me. Not that I'm terrible, I just am a minimalistic builder. The less that's in the house, the better, right? You got more room for activities such as cooking and playing piano. As you can see, we're doing a little bit of a house tour here. So obviously everyone wants to know what it's going to look like if you were a person to go through. So this is the living room. It's nice and large. As you go through here, that's where I realized I made a mistake. Whoops. It's not meant to. I think I don't change where the knife and fork are placed, but yeah. So, I mean, as you can see, we also realized that there is no bed here because we still have not yet come to a decision. But like I said, I really enjoyed the bathroom. The bathroom looks absolutely fantastic. Would actually just take that out and place that in any house that I could choose, and I would totally rock that out no matter how orange it is. And then we've got our kitchen with our inspiration on the walls, both the man and the orange, and then obviously the stuff near where the dining table and all that was. So now people were yelling at me. I'm forgetting some things like a sink, some microwaves, and some other stuff that is orange. I think we eventually came to a conclusion that 3 beds stacked together would be good. I can't remember whether or not we actually changed that in the future. It was, again, super hard to choose. Just choosing with one color in The Sims 4 is really, really difficult. If you went with like a basic color like white, I feel as though you're going to be pretty okay. But anything purple, I think James did purple and he found it really hard. Again, I think we found that a subscriber wanted that little chair there, so we added it in for them there. But this is the build. So I know there's nothing right now, but thanks for watching. Let me know what you thought of it in the comments down below. Much love. I'll see you legends later. Bye-bye.